Good morning, everyone, and welcome. And my name is Susan, and we're going to do a nice little yoga class today. So I want you to, excuse me, find a comfortable seated position. If you can't sit cross-legged, you can always, rearrange yourself so that you're comfortable. All right. So I'm going to start with the breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose. Nice, long, full, smooth breath. Inhale completely. Always try and suspend your breath for maybe a couple of seconds and exhale fully. So the same breath, so try to relax, slow it down, and I will cue you on the breathing. When I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when we move. We always move on the exhale. So again, do what you can, listen to your body. If something we do is not going to feel good, remember you don't have to do it, and there's always ways to make little adjustments in everything we do to find the place that feels comfortable for you. And of course, if it's not going to feel good at all, triggering pain or anything, think about it before you try it, stop, or just skip it altogether. All right, so we're going to start with our pranayama. We always start with a couple minutes of breathing. And then every week, every class, I choose a different mudra, a different hand gesture. If you're not interested in the mudras, just put your hands on your lap and you can do your pranayama that way. Pardon me. All right, so today we're going to sit in what they call yoni mudra. So you're going to put your hands together and drop 3 fingers, index fingers together. And you can rest your hand, just kind of rest it against your chest if you like. So yoni mudra is a gesture of source. This mudra is said to awaken feelings of self-confidence and self-assuredness. So sitting nice and tall, close your eyes, and let's take a nice long smooth breath together. Try to relax those shoulders. Focus on the breath, slow it down. To continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Now's the time to drop your day, to settle your mind, and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and lower your anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. One more nice, long, smooth breath. Pardon me. And on the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands together now. Let's rub them vigorously, activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes, and let's take a nice, long, smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more big breath. Now, on the exhale, I'd like you to drop 3 fingers again. Keep the index fingers together. Now we're going to prepare for Jupiter Mudra. So on the next exhale, if you can, let's bring our arms all the way up slowly and gently right up to the ceiling. Sitting tall in those sit bones, let's wake up that physical body. Let's release and lengthen that spine. If this bothers your shoulders, bring your arms down a little bit lower if you need to. Breathe. Reach up to the ceiling. Feel that beautiful lengthening. One more breath. On the next exhale, the hands together and slowly bring them shoulder height. Now, we're going to lace the fingers together and palms out. So sitting nice and tall, try to relax those shoulders. All I want you to do is just reach. So, ready? Big breath. And on the exhale. If you find it's easier to bring your arms down a little bit, do that. Otherwise, shoulder height is good. And just reach. Let's release the upper back, the shoulders, and the shoulder blade. And here again, just go as far as comfortable. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to force your body. Even if you just barely move, that's okay. One more breath. And on the exhale, release the hands and slowly bring them down onto the floor right beside your hips. So we're going to do a version of a seated fish pose. So this one is specifically for the chest area. So from here, sitting tall, big breath. On the exhale, shoulders up, bring them back, slide them down. And I'd like you to bring your shoulder blades together as tight as you can. That's comfortable for you, of course. Squeeze. And we're focusing on releasing, opening up the chest. Rib cage, those tight pectoral muscles, the chest muscles, the front of the deltoid as well, and the heart center. One more breath. And on the exhale, shoulders up, forward, bring them down. Hands on your lap. Now I'd like you to roll the shoulders out. Just start rolling them out. And if they're tight, if they're stiff, just do what you can. We're going to do this a few more times. You know, the more you do it, the better they feel. Starting to recognize and release the tension that we hold in the shoulders into the upper body. You know, recognizing our stress level as well. And also, when you roll them out, it also increases circulation in the upper body. So let's go right into a seated twist pose from here. So I'd like you to take the right hand, put it on your left knee, left hand behind your back. So here we're going to be turning to the left. So this is working on our spine. So be very gentle and very careful with this one here. If you have issues with your back of your spine, you don't have to go far. Find a place that's comfortable, and if it's really not good, come right out of it. Don't be shy. Big breath. On the exhale, look over the left shoulder. Now try to keep your back straight. Relax the shoulders. And here, if you find that it feels pretty good and you want to go further, just push on your knee a little bit to the left. You'll get a little bit more. You'll go a little deeper if you need to. All right, so really releasing the spine, keeping our spine strong and balanced and supple, flexible. One more breath. On the next exhale, slowly release, very gently counter pose. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind your back. Take a breath to center. And on the exhale, look over the right shoulder. You always find a place that feels just right in every move you make. One more breath. Exhale, release. Come to center slowly, hands on the lap. Now let's reach out, arms out, shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale up. Then inhale into a gentle back bend. Or just reach up to the ceiling, whatever you can manage. I want you to find a place in every move you make that you can move comfortably in and without straining either. One more breath. On the exhale, bring the arms down, hands on the floor right in front of you. So from here, I'm going to show you 3 ways to do the next move. So just watch for a second. All I want you to do is lean forward. If you can just bend the elbows and keep your hands here. Some of you might want to go on the forearm, and if you're a little bit, want to go a little deeper, just reach out and you can get the, stretch the arms out. So either way is just fine. I'm just going to back up a little bit here. This is a beautiful stretch for your back and your spine, so take a breath. Now I want you to keep your back straight, hinging at the hips. Big breath. On the exhale, lean forward. If you want to bow your head a little, that's fine. All right, so find a place that's comfortable for you, and we're going to start releasing the spine, giving a beautiful stretch into the back, up and down your back and your shoulders. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low, and I want you to shift your body weight, slide over to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip stays on the floor. Here again, you can stay right here. If you want to go a little further, you can reach out a little bit more if you want. This is to release the whole right side of your body. You should feel it. All right, beautiful stretch. Lengthening, releasing all those tight muscles. Every move we make is the same. They're eccentric muscle contractions. On the exhale, stay low and slowly shift your body weight to the right. Weight's on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. And here again, just find a place where you can feel the stretch, but you don't have to overdo it. Releasing, waking up the left side of the body from the shoulder all the way down. Now while we're here, let's recognize and release the tension that we tend to hold in our face. So I want you just to squeeze your face, scrunch your face up as tight as you can. Hold it. Let it go. Relax your facial muscles. Push the tension through your body right into the ground for one more breath. On the exhale, come back to center. Bring yourself up, straight spine. Lovely. Roll the shoulders out again. Roll them out. Okay, so now the next move is we're going to be leaning to the side. So this is where our little helper block comes in. I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this one here, just in case you don't have a block. So the deepest version is elbow on the floor, arm up to the ceiling, without my right sit bone coming off the floor. Now if that's literally too deep of a stretch, this is where my little block comes in. What it does is brings the floor up to you, so I can rest my elbow on the block. It's a little easier that way. And if you don't have a block, what you can do is just reach out a little bit, just bend the elbow, lean and do it that way. You don't even have to put the elbow on the floor. So, all right, shall we see what we can do together? Left hand into position, right hand on the right knee, always with a straight spine. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale as you lean on the left elbow or just with the hand out. Arm is up to the ceiling. This you can do as well with your hand on your hip if that's easier for you. Now, alignment. Trying to make sure the arm is lined up to the side of the body so you're not kind of leaning forward or twisted back as best you can. And some of you want to go even deeper with this particular one. You could reach a little bit more to the left. Spread those fingers like rays of sunshine. Feeling that beautiful release from the fingertips right down to the hip. One more breath. On the next exhale, right hand to right knee. Stay in this position with your left elbow. And on the exhale, I want you to push away on the knee. Bring the right shoulder a little bit closer to the left elbow. Or the left knee, I should say. Now you can keep the arm straight. If you want to soften your right elbow, that's fine as well. This is an upper back, shoulder, and all the way down. So this one here, you don't have to go very far to feel this one. So just find a place that you can manage comfortably and that you can, really control that breath. The breath is the same. One more. On the next exhale, bend the elbow and stay low and come up very slowly. Okay, let's go to the other side. So if you're using your little block, take it with you. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable on your sit bones, and let's try this side here. Left hand on left knee, right hand on the block, on the floor, or preparing to come out a little further. Let's go. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale. Now always remember to move your body slowly, carefully, and very gently. It's not a race, not a contest. And one more breath. Exhale, left hand to left knee. And on your next exhale, push away gently. So the idea is to feel the stretch. You don't have to, I don't want you to think that you've got to get the shoulder to touch the knee. That's not going to happen, and that's not the point. It's just to find that place you feel the stretch. Some days you do this, you can go further. Some days maybe not. It doesn't matter. It's the same stretch. On the exhale, bend the elbow and come to center. Come up slowly. All right, lovely. Roll the shoulders out a little bit more. You can roll them out whenever you want. All right, we'll do it sometimes together. Okay, so today we're going to be, I've got my little strap handy. So I'm going to show you the stretch without the strap and with the strap. All right, so now this is just a little strap I've got at a fabric store. So if you use anything that's a strap type of thing, as long as it's not too stretchy, okay, so it's nice and strong. So here, this is our butterfly or bound angle pose. So this is a beautiful stretch for the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, groin area, gently opening up the hips and releasing those tight buttocks, the tight glutes. So I'll show you with the strap. With the strap, I'm taking the middle of the strap and I'm putting it just on the top of my foot, just below my toes. And I'm going to wrap the strap, kind of wrap it around my hands a little bit. I'm going to rest my forearms on my inner thigh, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull gently, all right? My back is straight, my head is level with my spine. If you don't have a strap, you can put your hands on the elbows, rest your hands on the ankles, I should say. Rest the elbows onto into your knee, and you can do it that way, gently, all right? So I'm going to go back to my strap. Now, those of you who have a strap, make sure the arms are resting on the inside of your thigh area. Now, back is straight, ready? On the exhale, pull. Try to relax, and if your hands are on your ankles, you don't have to go far to feel this one, so don't go too far. Try to relax your hips and your thighs while you're doing this. One more breath. Exhale, come up very slowly. All right, so if you have a strap going on, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. All I want you to do, I'm going to scooch back a little bit here, is we're going to stretch the legs out. So let me show you with the strap, and I'll show you without the strap. With the strap, it's on, you can have it on the ball of your foot or on the arch of the foot, whatever is comfortable for you. So I'm going to kind of wrap the strap around my hands a little bit. My elbows are tucked in. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull. That's it. Now, if you don't have a strap, same position, all right? And all you're gonna do is you're just gonna lean forward. Put your hands on your knees. You can keep them there. If you want, you can slide them down a little bit around onto your shin area, all right? Now, very important that you keep your back straight, head level with your spine. We're always hinging at the hips. So try not to round your back as best you can, all right? So I'm gonna come back to my lovely little strap here. All right, so, ready? On the exhale, pull. And if your hands are on your knees, just slide them down or just, now wherever you end up, this is a hamstring stretch, the back of the leg, the knee, and the calf. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, come up very slowly. All right, so with the strap, all I want you to do is put it on the left foot. We're gonna open up the legs. Now, if you're not using a strap, same position. All right, so let me show you with and without the strap. Same idea, with the strap, I'm gonna tuck my elbows along the side of my body, keeping my back straight. I'm just gonna gently pull. If you don't have a strap, you can do the same thing. You're gonna put your hands on your knee and you're gonna lean. You can keep your hands here if you want. You can slide them down. If you want to grab your foot, you can do that as well, all right? So again, really getting a beautiful stretch for the back of the leg, the hamstring. So let's get back to my lovely little strap here. Adding the strap to these stretches, it just kind of gives you maybe a little bit more control. Just a nice variation. Ready? On the exhale, pull. Using a little bit of arm strength as well. Now, wherever you end up, think about how your knee and your quad feel. Right here. If it's tight, try and relax it. One more breath. Exhale, come up slowly. And let's come around this side now. I'm going to the right. All right. Same idea, with or without the strap. Starting with the straight spine, take your breath. And then exhale. This is a very dynamic stretch. You should feel this. Just sitting like this, you can feel it. Most people have very tight hamstrings. So we want to just kind of loosen things up a little bit. And we'll release the tight muscles. That goes for every move we make. Every part of the body. You know, you're also releasing the tight blood vessels and the tight nerves. This way your body's able to relay nutrition and information more efficiently through your body by releasing those tight muscles. And let's come up. Exhale. All right, perfect. Now, let's release that strap for now. Let's put it aside. We don't need it anymore. So what we're going to do now is I want you to bring your legs together. Now, this is our staff pose. So it's just sitting nice and tall. So now while we're here, I want you to be aware of your posture. Sitting nice and tall as best you can. Now all I want you to do is point your toes. We get a little stretch on the top of the foot while we're here. And I want you to reach out with your both hands today, together. So fingers are open, you're going to bend at the wrist and just slightly turn out to the baby finger. So now we're going to focus on the forearm, the wrist, the hands, and the fingers. We'll leave the shoulders for now. One more breath. And on the next exhale, I want you to palms to ceiling. You can bend your elbows a bit. Now I want you to relax your feet. Now with this one here with your feet, if you want to keep your heels on the floor, if you want a little extra calf stretch, get your heels off the floor. You can try it if you like. Now let's go back to the hands. Right fingertips on the tip of the left, and I want you to push back gently. So this is just a very gentle stretch for your hand, the wrist, and the flexor muscles right in here, the forearm. Straighten that spine, relax those shoulders. And on the next exhale, let's try the right fingertips, left fingertips on the right, push back gently. Breathe, feel your breath, surrender to that breath. And on the next exhale, let's release. Heels on the floor if they're off the floor, all right? So we're gonna work our fingers today a little bit. So all I want you to do is we're gonna take each finger and you're just gonna pull them back, all right? You don't want to yank on them, you pull them gently just to get a beautiful stretch into the palm of the hand, really releasing those tight fingers. Now, you know, your knuckles might crack, but we're not doing this to crack our knuckles on purpose, that's for sure. So sitting tall, we're going to do both hands. I'm going to start with my left one. So I'm going to inhale as I pull gently on my thumb, exhale, release. Follow the rhythm of your breath. You're inhaling, you're pulling it back. Very gently. Relax those shoulders, relax your whole body. Focus on exactly what you're doing, each finger. Lengthening, releasing. It's amazing how many people have issues with their hands and fingers. So it's very important to loosen them up, lubricate those little finger joints, releasing the tight muscles. And just do what you can. If your fingers are really, if your hands are really sore, just move them a little bit. But it's so important that we keep things moving. Come back to the breath. Now, if we're all at the same place, we finish with your last little finger. All I want you to do is stretch your hands out. Stretch them out. And then I want you to let them hang and roll the wrist around very gently. Play a little piano if you want. Lovely. Shake it out. Shake those hands out. Shake it out. Okay, so let's go down to the ankles. So what we're going to do today is just a nice move called a plantar flexion. So let me show you first. All you're going to do is you're going to push the foot forward and you're going to bring it back. That's it. So this one here again is working the ankle, the foot, but you get a nice working some lower leg muscles as well. You're going to feel your calves engaged, which is a good thing. So again, the position for your hands, you can put your hands beside your hips if you'd like. But if you want to kind of lean back and relax and do it this way, but try to make sure that your back is always nice and straight. So let's do 4 plantar flexions. And let's go. Inhale. And exhale. If you find closing your eyes helps you relax, close your eyes. And open them up once in a while, of course, see what I'm doing. Feeling beautiful stretch for the calves, perhaps the shin a little bit, but focusing on ankles and foot. And I'm going to do one more. Alrighty, lovely. Now, once you finish your last movement with your foot, and just relax your legs, play a little piano with your toes, and round them out. Some people prefer to keep their socks on as well, which is fine, but just be very aware that when we do stand up, if your socks make you feel a little bit unsteady, maybe a little slippery, you might want to take them off. So in that case now we're nice and warmed up, we're going to start moving. So we're going to get into our table, onto our hands and knees. So very carefully and gently. Now with my classes, I offer these little pads that I've made up. And these are actually just Pilates mats I cut up. And it makes it a little more comfortable on your knees, maybe your wrists. So sometimes if you find the floor is a little too hard, this makes all the difference. So if you don't have a little pad like this, you can also use, like a thin pillow or like a skinny pillow or a blanket or a towel, just to make it a little bit more comfortable if you need to do that, absolutely. All right, this is our table position. So alignment again, ankle to knee, knee to hips, knees are hip distance apart, arms are lined up. Here again, we're going to be doing some cat and cow. So we're going to work on our spine. If you find it's really hard on your wrist, you can go on your fists, and that changes the angle of the wrist if that is easier for you. Head is level with your spine. Ready, go. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. Exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, belly button, spine. Follow the breath, inhale up. So this is a beautiful release, lengthening the spine, releasing that tight spine, working upper back. This is a nice stretch for your lower back, up. Cat and cow, breath and motion, meditation and motion. One more set, all the way up. And bring yourself up to straight neutral spine. All right, so from here, we are going to get up onto our knees. Now, we're going to do a lovely hip stretch from here. So I'm going to just get this out of the way. So what I'd like you to try and do is, you can put your hands on the floor to help you get into position, is I'd like you to try and get into this position. So I'm resting on the right knee, the left leg is out, and it's nice, my foot is on the floor flat, everything is nice and straight and lined up. So my hands are on my hip. Let me show you this one first, all right? Because this is a very deep stretch for the knee and the hip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean, and I'm going to come back up. That's it. So we're going to do it 3 times on this side. Try 1, If it feels okay, stay in that position. You don't have to go any deeper is what I'm trying to say. If it really doesn't feel good, come right out of it. So, hands on the hips, back is nice and straight. Inhale. Exhale up. One more. Inhale. All right. We're going to go to the other side. So, left knee on the floor. Try this side here. Now again, put your hands on the floor. That helps you set yourself up. Take a second. Make sure that you're nice and stable and comfortable. Everything is nice and straight and lined up. Hands on the hip. Let's try this side. Go. Inhale. Maybe one side you can go a little bit deeper than the other. This one I can go a little deeper than the other side because I'm still recovering from a little bit of a knee issue I've had all summer. It's much better now though. So I still want to take care of it and don't overuse it. Up. And that's it. Perfect. Now, hands on the floor, knee, slowly. We're going to get into our child's pose, take a little rest before we go any further. Now you can open up your knees a bit wider. If you can, I'd like you to kind of scooch back, lean back. Now make sure your head and your neck are supported. Rest your forehead on your stacked fist. Some people like to rest their forehead on their block, stacked hands, or on the floor. Make sure your head and your neck are properly supported and rest. Child's pose, Balasana, is a resting place, a neutral place, and a wonderful full body stretch. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here today. Taking the time and making the time. Just step away from everything. Your busy life, the busy world. And just relax and breathe and slow things down. Maybe turn your brain off for a little while. Or for whatever reason brings you here today, maybe you just want a nice little stretch. But this is all about you, remember. No thoughts, no cares, no worries, no anxieties, no demands here either. One more breath. On the next exhale, come back up to table. All right. So now we're going to be working, we're going to do a nice little sequence close to the floor. So we're going to start with our high plank, downward dog, three-legged dog, and then into a pigeon. So this is a lot of moving. So with the plank now, if you have issues with the high plank, I'm going to show you both. There's a high plank and there's a low plank. So this is, I'll give you a quick demo on both of them and then you can decide what you're going to do. High plank, my arms are nice and lined up. Hips are down like this. If you find that this is a little too intense, this is a lot of upper body strength, put your knees on the floor. You can do it this way. Or if you have issues with your wrists or your shoulders, you can come down here on the forearm and you can do it this way. All right, low plank. Okay, so I'm gonna do a high plank, all right? So, ready? From table, take a breath on the exhale, rock forward, make sure the arms are lined up. Get the knees off the floor if you're doing it that way. Hips down, look at the floor, breathe. This is our plank, chaturanga, power pose, upper body strength, core strength. Prepare for downward dog, exhale up. Make your little adjustments, get that tail up high, back is straight, head hanging down. Three-legged dog on the exhale if you can. Right leg, right foot off the floor. Just get it off the floor. It doesn't matter how high. Three-legged dog. Working the right hip. Upper body strength. Pigeon. On the exhale, right knee on the floor. Right foot in front of the left hip. Left knee comes down behind. High pigeon. Now, this is a very deep stretch with the thigh in the hip. Take it easy. Those of you who are a little more flexible, if you want to slip, scooch back a little bit more, absolutely. We're just going to do high pigeon today. If you'd like to lift your tail, you can do that too. And that's just a little bonus stretch for the left thigh, left quad. But you don't have to. All right, so we're going to do that again for the other side. So exhale, come back to table, All right, everybody okay? So I'm gonna just, you can stay where you are. I'm just gonna switch around so you can see what I'm doing. So, shall we try it again? If you prefer not to do plank, just stay in your table and breathe. Don't worry about it. Plank again, ready? On the exhale. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Down dog, exhale up. Three-legged dog, on the exhale, left leg up. Oops. Perfectly anchored to the floor, strong. Pigeon, from here, exhale, left knee on the floor, left foot in front of the right hip, right knee comes down behind the left foot. Just stay up here, relax, relax the leg and the hip. And again, if you want to go deeper, absolutely, you can go as far as you'd like. High pigeon. Beautiful stretch for the hip and the thigh. All right, back to down dog from here, or if you prefer, go into table if you don't want to do dog. Down dog. Let's walk ourselves up to mountain. Take a few steps and come up very slowly up to mountain. All right, wonderful. Shake the hands out, roll the shoulders out. Shake those legs out if you need to. All right, get the kinks out. Okay, we'll stay off the floor for a little while. So, this is our mountain Tattasana. So, standing hips, feet are hip distance apart. Again, being aware of your posture, standing nice and tall, all right? So let's take a few breaths right here. Slow down that heart rate. Slow down the breathing. If you find that you've lost track of your breath, sometimes that happens. Slow it down. See if you can catch that breath again. The slow breath that we started with. Slow it down. All right, let's inhale up. Exhale. Inhale into a gentle back bend. Or just reach up to the ceiling if that's easier for you. Preparing for ragdoll. On the exhale, hinging at the hips, soften the knees, swan dive down and hang out. Now this one here, you can go as low as you want or come up a little higher if it makes you dizzy. Keep your knees soft. This is a beautiful stretch for the shoulders, your back, your spine. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the knees, come up very, very slowly. Reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. Good. Roll it out. Roll the shoulders out again. All right. Coming to the very top of the mat. Preparing for pyramid. We're going to take a step back with the right leg. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale back. Step back. Now, back foot's on a bit of an angle. Left, this is my left leg. It's nice and straight. So do a little test. Make sure you're nice and anchored to the floor. Legs are straight. Hips are square. Inhale up. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold over. Both hands on the knee. This is engaged pyramid. Some of you want to go further. You can go a little deeper if you'd like. Now, this particular, I'm going to change position, but stay where you are so you can see what I'm doing. This is a very deep hamstring stretch, all right? If this is uncomfortable for you, bend your knee a little bit, okay? Don't be shy. Make that adjustment if you have to. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the knee a bit, push yourself up, straighten the leg. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. On the exhale, I want you to turn your heels and your feet to the right for 5-star. I'm going to back up so you can see me a little bit. Arms are shoulder height. If your arms are tired, bring them down a little if you need to. Otherwise, shoulder height, not any higher though. Back is straight. This is our 5-star. Chest is wide open, lots of room to breathe. Preparing for a V lateral stretch. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling, left arm along the left leg. Make sure your body's nice and straight. Now you can reach up. If you want to go further, you can reach a little bit more to the left if you want. One more breath. On the exhale, back to 5 star. We're going to do a little twist. So we're going to turn our bodies to the left, but keep your feet where they are. On the exhale, windmill. Right arm down, turn your body. Bring the arms up shoulder height and reach. It's a gentle spinal twist. One more breath. On the exhale, windmill, right arm down, 5 star. All right, let's try the other side. Inhale, left arm up, right hand along the right leg. You can stay, this you can do with your hand on your hip if that's better for you as well. Always being very aware of our arms and our shoulders. One more breath. On the exhale, back to 5 star. Now, we're going to do that little twist to the right. If you prefer not to, stay here. But those of you who want to, big breath. On the exhale, windmill, left arm down. Turn to the right. If you can, you're going to lean just a little bit. You don't have to go far. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. Exhale. Windmill down, 5 star. So now we're going to do pyramid with the right leg. So on the exhale, you're going to turn your feet to the right. Windmill, left arm down, both hands on the right knee. Pyramid. My right leg is straight, left foot's on a bit of an angle. Engaged on the knee for those of you who can't go very far. And some of you can go a little further, absolutely. Bend your knee if you have to. One more breath. Exhale, bend the knee, push yourself up slowly. Come back to center, you can face me. And we're gonna get ourselves back down onto the floor. So I want you to get into table. Come down slowly. Very slowly. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're gonna get ourselves onto our backs. Now, those of you who have our little strap, we're going to do some stretches for our legs. Now, laying on your back, nice and comfortable. Make sure you wiggle around. So, let me show you with the strap, and I'm going to show you without the strap, all right? So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to put the middle of the strap on the ball of my foot, or the arch, whatever feels good, all right? Middle of the strap in both hands. Elbows are going to be on the floor. All I'm going to do is I'm going to be pulling my leg like this, all right? So this is actually another hamstring stretch, going into the glute, into the lower back as well. And with the left leg, I can keep it bent, I can have it straight. But if you want to work, get a little fire into your abdominals, you can have it straight and hovering. Okay, that'll give you, work your abs a little bit. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can do the same thing with your leg up. You can decide where to put the left one. Just hold on to your leg and just pull it a little bit. You can grab your pant leg. Okay, you're not going to go far, just pull a little bit if you don't have a strap. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my lovely little strap here. Elbows on the floor. Now decide where you want to put your left leg. I'm going to have mine straight and hovering. Ready? On the exhale, pull on the leg. Now, if you find that you need to bend your knee a little bit, absolutely bend your knee. Otherwise, try and keep it straight. One more breath. On the next exhale, straighten the leg. Now, with the strap, what I'm doing is I'm putting both straps in the left hand, my right arm is on the floor. Pardon me. What I want to do is I'm going to lower my right leg to the right, just to get the inner thigh. If you don't have a strap, hold on to the leg and just kind of let it go a little bit, all right? So, this one here is working the inner thigh. So, don't go too far. Let it go. Hold on to it if you don't have a strap until you feel the inner thigh. Nice little stretch. If you go a little further, and you start kind of peeling off the floor, your glutes and your back start moving, you're too far. I don't want you any movement. You are anchored to the floor. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, pull it up. It's pretty heavy. Very slowly bring it up. Now let's try the other side. So the left foot goes in the strap. My right one comes down. Again, if you want to have it bent, if you want to have it flat on the floor, or if you want to have it straight and hovering, that's up to you. So if you're not using the strap, just hold on to the leg. You can do a little bit that way. Adjust your back and shoulders, make sure you're comfortable. And on the exhale, pull. Try to relax, breathe. And I want to think about how you feel right now. Maybe you feel relaxed, maybe a little peaceful, maybe a little calmer. One more breath. On the exhale, release. Both straps in the right hand, left arm on the floor. And if you don't have a strap, hold on to the leg and just let it fall a little bit. You don't have to go far. Now, those of you with a strap, you can go as far as you like. Remember, this is a controlled stretch. When you have your strap, you're holding on to that heavy leg. Breathe. Exhale, pull it up slowly. There's no rush. Now, I'd like you to bring the right foot back in. Now, if you don't have a strap, having your legs up without the strap is really working a lot of abdominal strength. So if you find that it's getting a little bit too much for you and you don't have a strap, just bend your knees a little bit. That might make it easier. From here, elbows on the floor, we're going to just do it this way. And if you don't have a strap, just pull on your legs a little bit like that. And if you need to bend your knees, do it that way. All right? One more breath. Exhale straight. Okay. I'd like you to keep your legs up a little longer if you can. Drop the strap, get rid of the strap. All right. Arms are on the floor. Point your toes. Get the heels up. Get a nice little calf stretch. Round the ankles in. Round them out. Now we're going to bend the knees. I want you to go into a lovely double hug. And just give yourself a hug. And we can rock a little bit from side to side. Rock and breathe. So now we're going to give ourselves a beautiful back massage. We're going to lengthen, release that spine. And this position is a nice stretch for your legs as well. So it's a bonus stretch for the knees, the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. But really we want to focus on the spine and your back. So just rock and breathe. Relax those shoulders. Smile. Smile while you're breathing. Feels good. And when you get to the left, we'll do some little circles. And that was just a little working the lower back, releasing that lower back a little bit more. Little circles. Again, it's not a big movement. It's very, very slight, gentle, and perfect. Knees to center, soles of the feet onto the floor. So now we're going to do a nice little twist, a supine twist. I want you to stretch the left leg out. Make sure you adjust your back and shoulders. You're always nice and comfortable. So I'd like you to take the right foot and just put it on top of the left knee very, very softly and carefully. Left hand reach all the way up on top of the right knee and take the right arm and stretch it out shoulder height. And on the exhale, as you look over the right shoulder, you're going to gently push on the left knee to the left. Now this one here again is a supine twist, so it's for your spine. But when you're pushing on your knee, gently of course, you get an extra stretch into the hip and the glute area. If you find that you want to go further, you want a little bit more of a stretch here, just push on your knee a little bit more or less, whatever you need. And I want you to pay attention to your left leg. It should be completely relaxed. You should be able to wiggle your toes. That's how relaxed your left leg feels. And your foot is softly resting on your knee. Always remember, never any pressure on the knees. One more breath. On the exhale, release the right knee. And let's counterpose it. Very gently bend the left one as you straighten the right one. Oh, I gotta move a little bit. And make sure you're comfortable. Left foot on top of the right knee, very gently. Right hand all the way on top of the left knee. Left arm, stretch it out shoulder height. And on the exhale, look over the left shoulder as you gently press on the left knee now to the right. Finding a place that feels just right. You don't have to go far. One more breath. On the exhale, release the knee, and I'd like you to straighten that leg very slowly. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall over your head. Make sure they land right on the floor. And I want you to stretch your body out. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. If this bothers your shoulders, put your arms wherever you'd like, but make sure you stay on the floor. I'm just sitting down so I can continue guiding you through this. Stretch it out. Make yourself long and tall. And then just feel the weight of your body into the mat. Melt right into that mat. Breath is flowing. Eyes are closed. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing, energy which is your life, our life force. Or one more breath. On the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands to the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling. Hands are open to receive guidance from our higher self. And let's prepare for our closing Savasana. Meditation, relaxation, reflection time. However you choose to bring this into your practice today, resting comfortably in your corpse pose. So at this point, I want you just to rest. If you need to bend your knees for comfort, some people like to lay on their side, a little cuddle. Some like to have a pillow. Some even like to have a blanket. So this is the time now I want you to rest. You don't have to move anymore. No more moving, just rest. But I want you to really focus on your breath now. Now that you're not moving, I want you to feel that breath. It's the same breath that we started with, that we had a few minutes ago, that we have now. And I want you to feel your chest rise as you inhale. Always try and hold it for a couple of seconds, and then exhale. Feel your chest lower or sink as you exhale. Continue on with your breath. And let's take a moment to thank ourselves for our practice today. Just resting with a sense of gratitude and appreciation. This is the time to just relax and to let our body absorb the benefit of our practice while setting intentions for time away from our mat. Let's take some time to reflect on the knowledge and the teachings that encourages us to be the new me now. And let's be open to experiencing the shift that it may offer us from this time on. This week, let's commit to being present in all of our actions and to ask ourselves a couple of simple questions. What would the old me have done in this situation? Has this decision served me in the past? If it has, go ahead and act accordingly, reaping the benefits of your choices. Should the previous decision taken by the old me not align with the profile of the new me, take a couple of breaths and ask yourself if the instant gratification is worth the imbalance that it might create. Most importantly, let's live our next week with a promise to self to be present in our decision-making and actions, being that person who lives consciously for the greater good of self and others. Let's take some time to embrace the silence in the room and in our minds, and find that place within ourselves that speaks to us. Take this time to invest trust in the process of life, moment by moment, breath by breath. If thoughts come up, let's not struggle with them or try to escape from them. Instead, let's simply leave them alone, release them to source, and allow them to come and go freely. Let's visit that place deep down inside where the stillness holds the proper questions and all of our answers, our truth and our identity. Sat Nam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the bells, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Now, before we bring ourselves to a seated position, we're going to do a gentle neck stretch while you're laying there. Your body's completely relaxed, your shoulders are nice and loose. So let's see if we can release any leftover tension that we might have in our neck, might not even be aware of. So while you're laying there, I want you to take a big breath. And on the exhale, if you can, just turn your head slightly to the right. releasing those little muscles. The muscles in the neck are very tiny. They're called scalene muscles. It doesn't take a lot for them to be compressed and tight. And if those muscles are tight, that means the blood vessels, the nerves to your brain are also tight. So as you gently release them, you're increasing oxygenation into your brain, getting some beautiful fresh blood flow into your brain. And that helps with your memory, your decision making, and your thought process. On one more breath. On the next exhale, come to center very slowly. And if it's comfortable for you, we'll try the other side. If it doesn't feel good, remember, you don't have to do it. And on the exhale, look to the left. Always being very conscious of how you move your body, especially if you have issues with different parts of your body, like your neck perhaps. Breathe. And on the next exhale, we're going to come back to center very slowly. Bring your head back up to neutral position. Now from here, I want you to bring yourself back into the room, back into your space, and let's bring life back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit if you need to. And when you're ready, very slowly and gently and carefully, bring yourself back up to our cross-legged Sukhasana position or any seated position that is comfortable for you at this point. It doesn't matter how you're sitting. Perfect. Come up nice and slow, hands on your lap. Sitting nice and tall. Let's bring our hands together. Let's vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands on your heart center, close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. One more big breath. Shante, shante, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. And we're all done. Lovely. That was beautiful. Very nicely done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I haven't put anything out for a couple weeks. I was on holidays and, this and that. So anyways, my name is Susan and it is the beginning of September already. Still not back to our regular classes where I teach. And the next few weeks, they're still doing renovations. So still hanging in there. Otherwise, thank you again for joining me. Take it easy and go out. Get some beautiful sunshine on your face, put your sunscreen on though, of course. And find things that make you happy and smile. And stay tuned, I'm going to be doing a nice little Pilates class shortly and also a chair yoga. So again, thanks for joining me and have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend.